Take the hubcap off, use a pry bar. Just get underneath here. Pry it off. Now I'll take the lug nuts off, use a 21mm socket. Take the tire off. Use a 14mm socket, take these two bolts out that hold the caliper on. Take the caliper off. Use a caliper hanger and hang it on the coil spring. Make sure there's no tension on the hose. Take the brake pads off. Take this bracket off, take these two bolts out, use a 19mm socket. And slide the bracket right off. Now take the brake rotor off, just slide it off. If it doesn't come off that easy, just use a hammer and hit in those locations. Just be careful not to hit the studs. Just clean up some of the rust on this hub. Use either a sanding disc or a wire brush. You can take a little copper anti-seize and just do a nice thin coat. That's good. Take the rotor, first put it on backwards. Take some brake parts cleaner, spray it down, wipe it off with a rag, and flip it around. And then clean off the front. Now clean up the brake caliper bracket. You can use a pick or a small screwdriver. Just get underneath these old clips. Take those off. Take a wire brush. Just clean up some of this rust. Take some brake caliper grease. Take the new brake hardware, just slide it in position, and do the same on the other side. Now take these slide pins out, take some brake parts cleaner, clean the pin, wipe it down. If there's a lot of corrosion on the pin, you want to clean that bore out, use some brake cleaner, clean that out. If not, it's not too bad. Then just take some brake caliper grease, grease it up. And slide it back in. Do the same with the other one. And then take a thin coat of caliper grease and just put it on there. Do the same on the other side. Take the caliper bracket, slide it over the rotor. Reinstall the bolts. And torque these bolts to 122 foot-pounds. And take the brake pads, and you want to install the brake warning indicator or the brake squealer, and that's going to go on the top side on the inboard pad. Slide that in position and install the outboard pad as well. And take the brake caliper, take the hanger off. And use a brake caliper compressor tool. And slowly compress the caliper. Should be good. Now install the brake caliper over the brake pads. Make sure you line these pins up. Put the bolts back in. Torque these bolts to 25 foot-pounds. Reinstall the wheel. And put the lug nuts on. Torque the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds in a star pattern so that you tighten the wheel down evenly. And just go around again, double check. Take the hubcap, line up the cap with the valve stem, reinstall the hubcap. Make sure you pump the brake pedal nice and slow and double check your brake fluid level.